Ouch. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be actually turning a hand beat into a drum kit. Hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so I already kind of have a beat in mind, so I'm going to go ahead and record that right now. Alright, that should be good. I'm going to go ahead and actually record each hit separately. I'm going to go ahead and record actually like a hi-hat sound here as well. Okay, so this is my second time recording this part. The first part I kind of did everything and turned it into a drum kit, but I realized later on that I accidentally stopped recording the FL Studio audio. So we're here doing it again. So I'm just going to explain to you everything I kind of did and go over everything. So basically what I did was I cut out everything that I wanted to keep from my recording. So I have the open hi-hat sound that I did with my mouth, which is this. And then I have the closed hi-hat that I again did with my mouth. And then I did a couple like samples of me doing the kick part with my fist, and I took the first one. It sounded like it had the most bass in it. And then I also grabbed two varieties of knocks, so you can hear the difference there. So those are going to be the components, and I laid them all out in this FPC. So now I can just play on my drum pads here. It's actually quite fun because I'm just like imagining my hands doing all of this, and it sounds pretty cool. So then what I went ahead and did was, I guess I'll focus on one element at a time. Let's start off with a kick. So I didn't pitch it down or anything because it has a good amount of bass actually. So what I did was, so now you hear the difference after everything I did. I took it into a track here and I kind of shaped it, took out about 400 hertz just because that's what I've learned in my audio engineering classes. I can't really tell you exact reason. I think it kind of has this cardboardy sound, so they recommended doing that with kicks just as a start off, and I don't know, I just felt like removing that in this kick. And then I have a sub, added some sub bass to it and beefed it up that way, and then I took out some of this high frequencies as well. It was just a little too much. I added a noise gate onto it, which you can use with the Fruity limiter. It's over in this section here. So basically what happens is, let me take everything off first. So this is before the EQ. After, kind of beefs it up a little bit. And then I think I just wanted to clean up the end. I think I was hearing a little bit of a tail on there that I didn't want. Yeah, so it's very, very faint, but it is there. So I basically just kind of, you can just decide how much gain you want to reduce. I did it all the way, and then the threshold of when it hits that moment of loudness, then it'll just cut it off completely. Anything above that, it'll let you hear, but anything below that, it'll take away, and then you can adjust the release on how fast it kind of shuts it up, basically. And then did some wave shaping, just very subtle, before, after. That might be more noticeable now if I didn't have the noise gate on. And then just another little bit of some presence, basically, just adding in some higher frequencies back in. Just get some of that more attack sound. That's pretty much all I did. And there's the finished kick. Now, move on to the snare. We're going to be... Now, obviously, that does not sound anything like the me knocking on a table. So I'll just let you know how I got there. I took the original sound, this one I believe, yeah. I took that and I brought it into an Edison to edit it a bit, and I did this time stretch feature here because I wanted to kind of extend the sound. In my mind, this is how I was thinking. I wanted to extend the sound to make it last longer, more like a snare, and hopefully it'll add in some artifacts in there that will kind of give it that, whatever the metal like wires on the bottom of snare drums, it'll kind of add in some of that high frequency information. And so I did that. So I basically did this, and then time stretch. So basically what I did was not that much, but I time stretch it, I think maybe about 200. I think I turned that up to the multiplicator. That's right. And I think that's about it. I didn't really mess with anything else. Oops, not that high again. There we go. And so I did that. So I brought it back into here, and it sounds like that. And I pitched it up about 700 cents, I believe. And then effects time came in, and I added on shaping EQ. I wanted to get like a solid kind of tone going on in the snare, so it had some notey quality to it. I emphasized some of the octave frequencies of a certain note, and then I added some mid. I kind of played around with adding some different high end and mid frequency information just to give it that snarey quality. Then I saturated it or distorted it a bit, did some more very intense shaping where I got rid of a lot of the low end, emphasized I think another tonal quality of it, one of the octaves, and then just kind of played around with it, honestly, just until it sounded good to me. Added in some high end information, as you could see. Show you what it does one by one. There's the first EQ. Wow, that's very loud. Sorry if that hurt your ears. This is where I also turned it down, I think, a bit. So very intense shaping there. Then I added on another wave shaper, kind of messed around with it. And this actually, I was surprised. I was like, okay, I'm going to try and get rid of some of the very initial, this is kind of hard to explain. I'll maybe have to do a video on this wave shaper at one point, but we'll save that for another time. So I was like, okay, sounds getting to sound more metallic-y. And then a little bit more shaping, getting rid of more low end that may have come up. And then it was very too much sort of high mid information, so I dropped that down a bit. And then sounded pretty good, and added on some reverb. So as you can see, changed quite a bit from just my knocking on the table. So those were the two main sounds, really, because I already had my vocal like hi-hat sounds that I did, and those pretty much sound spot on to an actual, I mean, they work anyway perfectly as a actual cymbals, a hi-hat. So actually, yeah, I didn't even do anything with that. I didn't pitch it. I just turned it down a little bit, obviously. Didn't even add any EQ. I could probably make it, you know, polish it up even more, but it's fine as is. The other hi-hat, looks like, yeah, I just took away all the, if there was any low end information, and that's all I did for that. Didn't pitch it at all either. And then the other kind of like filler knocks. So, because this is my pattern, I already assembled it, and it sounds like this. That snare was a bit loud. I did pitch these down though. I did like the opposite way. So where I pitched the snare up 700 cents, I pitched these down 700 cents. And I made two different pads. They're the same exact sound, just one's louder than the other. So I didn't have to focus on actually hitting them at different velocities when I was recording in the drum pattern. It just makes it a lot easier. And I don't believe I did anything there either. I did add a little bit of shaping EQ. That's about it. And that's pretty much it. This is my finished drum kit from my table hand beat / beatbox, if you include my mouth. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know if you have any other interesting things you want me to try out and experiment with in FL Studio, or any other video ideas you'd like to see me do. Leave it in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Give me a like. It would help out very much so. I'm trying to grow this channel, and now that seems like my computer is kind of getting better and better with my different settings of recording my software. I'm hoping to really grow this channel and produce a lot of content for you. So yeah, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and that's about it. I'll see you guys next time.